It's Chad with EdgeMate, and we're back with another episode. I forgot which one. I'm also a partner at Bridgepointe, where we take you to the edge, helping our customers get closer to their customers, their employees, and their data. But enough about me. The point of EdgeMate is to talk to business leaders, entrepreneurs, and salespeople from around the world. And today we have Claude Trusty with GTT Communications, channel manager. And we've known each other for a couple of years, but tell me a little bit where you're from and how you came to GTT, and then we can get to the nitty gritty. We got 3 segments. Yeah, we got 3 segments.
We got to power through.
Yeah. We don't want to do this all over again.
Yeah. Actually, it's Trusty, but that's okay.
Off to a fantastic start, and you don't even know. You don't even know. Well, I trust you. I don't say trust you. I say trust you. I want to trust you.
That's my middle initial. So, anyways, I'm grew up in Danville. I'm still there, and married, 1 daughter who lives down the street that we just recently spoke about, and started off in telecommunications about 30 years ago with a company by the name of ATG, Advanced Telecom Group. Was working with Steve Farmelo there and Andrew Peretti. And then
that's someone that has a
going
nice
way back
podcast going.
Yeah,
Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun. Do I get him a? No, I get a chest piece.
You get to take a rook.
I get a rook.
Yeah.
So they were acquired. They were based in Santa Rosa. They were acquired by Telepacific. Moved over to Telepacific.
And that's how we met.
Yeah, that's how we met.
The gilded era of telecom and PRIs.
Yeah. Direct sales, channel, and then after 20 years there, a new investment firm came in and kind of mixed things up. Didn't like where things were going. Kind of a mass exodus of us. Everyone scattered, and I ended up starting my own agency, like you.
Went to the dark side.
Yeah, T2 Advisors, and I gave that about 1.5 years, and then I got offered a position to move back to channel. So I'm up at GTT right now, going on month 2. It's just kind of getting my feet wet. So thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. So no worries. I mean, so GTT is one of the suppliers at Bridgepointe, and they're a global provider with many solutions. And the irony is it's the name of the show is EdgeMate. GTT we can't take you to the edge with their network. But I don't want to steal your thunder. We're going to get into the SWOT segment of the program, where we talk about the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities.
Cue the SWOT logo.
I think that's the first time I've ever.
It works.
That's the first time I've ever pressed that button, and I need it to stop right now. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Because that joke was not that funny. All right. I'm just kidding.
I love the audience.
No, so what would you say some of the strengths of yourself, and then the company itself, as it's related to the rest of the industry?
Well, I'd say the strength that I have of myself, I would think for the business that we're in, is the fact that like I mentioned, I worked in channel, I worked in direct, agency, my own. I understand how everyone sees each
You got both
aspect.
sides. You got both sides of the spectrum. All sides of the spectrum.
What's important to people, what others don't care about. So I think it allows me to be a lot more effective as a channel director. So, but the strengths, I would say, from GTT, from their perspective as a global provider, is the global reach. And when I say global reach, I mean number of POPs and a point of presence, right?
Yeah.
A hub, a connection point.
The edge.
The edge. Yeah, and those, it's the amount of those that GTT has. To say that you have a presence in London, all you ultimately need is just one POP, right? One point of presence.
Yep.
One
And that's true. And you have multiple POPs in a number of different
we were helping
international regions.
Correct. We were helping a partner with one opportunity, and GTT has 59 POPs just in London alone, right? And then in addition to that, they had 4 AWS Direct Cloud on-ramps, 4 Azure, 3 Google Cloud, 3 VMware, and 2 Fortinet. So basically, some people are like, so what? I think to a business this means the best network performance for both the client experience and the employee experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, because you have like a global AS network, so it's like the number of hops it takes to go to cross the pond is a lot less. Which then ended, it's better latency, less jitter, and all that good stuff.
Yep, better performance. I think what you were just talking about there, number 9 is where we're at, meaning we're the 9th largest tier 1 provider in the world in terms of internet traffic. So, yeah. So basically a short hop to GTT's network no matter where they are in the world. So, and then we're nimble enough. We're not so large a company that we can't get things done. If we need to escalate something up to the executive team, I can do that. If we need to tweak a solution for a customer or a client, I think we're pretty creative in terms of a can-do attitude in that respect. So.
Awesome. So let's get on to the opportunity section. Or actually, sorry, we'd be remiss. We got to talk about some of the weaknesses.
Some weaknesses.
Yeah,
well, there are no weaknesses.
otherwise, we'd be doing SOUT and this is SWAT. So yeah, the weaknesses of.
I would say the primary weaknesses, and one reason why I was asked to come on board too, is a lot of partners don't know who we are. The GTT lacks brand recognition. They're actually more well known in Europe than in the US. And there's a lot of accolades I've seen that where I wish we had more in the US.
Yeah.
But they also, GTT grew very fast over a 20-year period. There was about 40 acquisitions, which made them what they were today. The client experience suffered over that period. And like I was saying earlier, I was with Civic when they were in their acquisition days, and yes, the company grows, but the customer experience suffers in that period. So right now, it's all organic growth. It's all cleaned up. They're focused more on organic growth right now, and they've gotten rid of a lot of old baggage that's not needed, and they're a stronger, more financially stable company right now. I think. More than most in the industry right now. They've got a really clean balance sheet, and I think too the people, we got to pick a lot of through those acquisitions, some of the best people.
Nice. And then now on to some of the opportunities. Like you mentioned some of the with acquisitions and people getting a little not hesitant, but like. Not knowing about the new GTT and how it is now. So what are some of the opportunities that you see out there that can bring people back or get them more aware?
Well, I think it's a high ceiling right now. There's brand and market share is growing. People are realizing that there's a better way. Historically in this industry, there's been a lot of consolidation, and with that, I think that a lot of them have lost a lot of choices over the years. They think there's just cable and the big 3, and that's not necessarily the case.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So I think for that,
especially when you get good bang for your buck, wherever number of where you're on net. I mean, it's such a very I use bang for your buck because you can always go with the big 3, but they're not necessarily everywhere, and you may not be getting the best price for for that solution.
That's true. Yeah. It's case by case basis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also in that when you're talking about price too, one thing I've noticed is they're not willing to take business just to take business. They're going to look at the dollars. They may not be the low price leader, right? But they're going to charge what's required to continue to deliver that level of service.
Yeah.
So
Give
we understand
what
what
you paid for it.
Yeah. Well, for some companies, it's not really that important, right? For some, it's internet is a commodity, and they just say whatever's the cheapest and the fastest. It's until you start using cloud applications and other things.
That's what you
case
know,
by
right?
case
Basis. And,
Yeah.
And then, now with the advent of AI, actually it's the year anniversary today of ChatGPT. Yeah, those applications definitely need a different type of service network.
Yeah. So, I think that's it for opportunities.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Well, then we'll move on to threats. What do you see some of the threats to GTT?
I think although they're still a dominant international player in the market, a lot of companies are getting into the international space. And just the earlier example that I told you about, we have an edge right now. We have the edge with our presence, our international presence, but a lot of companies are coming in. But everyone I've checked so far, competitively speaking, doesn't have the coverage that we do. So, and also I've noticed international providers, you've probably seen it, they're establishing their own channel programs too. So,
yeah. Oh, so that was not the case. I mean, for forever. I mean, that was kind of just unique to United States. But I mean, it did that unbiased approach. Sorry, excuse my own voice. That unbiased approach, and not having to talk to 5 different people or 5 different suppliers. You can go to one, subject matter expert or tech advisory firm, and they can talk to those 5 for you, save you time and and money. So you can focus on other things. But anyways,
but it's true. It's the marketplace is always changing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, channel is not what it was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. There's always new things on the horizon, whether it's companies, investment firms now buying books of business and all that crazy things that we wouldn't have even thought about just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're going on to our next segment. It's going to get fun now. We're going to the icebreaker segment now.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions. I don't even know the answer.
Oh, great.
I don't even know the questions. One is for adults and one is for kids. Okay. I've given up trying to figure out which deck is which deck now. All right. Let's start.
Okay.
If you had to do a speech, what would you talk about? That's a good one. I like that.
A speech. What would I talk about?
GTT.
I think it would be about how we all need to slow down in life and disconnect from this. Give ourselves a chance to connect with our mind.
Watch my podcast first before you put the phone down.
Okay. Connect with our mind, and when I say our mind, I don't mean our brain. I mean the mind that exists in there. The brain is just the physical thing, right?
Yeah.
It's what creates these thoughts that we have, the doubts in our life, things that hold us back. I think we need to be more present. I think if we notice that those are just thoughts and those thoughts are created from our past and our experiences and everything like that, I think we can acknowledge those thoughts but not let them drive who we are.
Yeah,
it's
there's
much
a
deeper
fine
than
line
that.
between pessimism and optimism,
Mhm.
because whatever, a lot of times what you're thinking, is not really what's really going on. Probably
Mhm.
most of the time.
It's true.
That's very important for that's like a whole like podcast segment show all in its own.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Not this show, but like a whole different type of show. Yeah, yeah, that's very important. Wellness.
Yeah, wellness. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've been reading a lot about from Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of him. Yeah.
With the power of now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, and actually, a lot of different people in the same area, they're all saying the same things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
I'm thinking that was the adult question. So this must be the kid question. Have you had your 15 minutes of fame yet? Right now, everyone. I'm just kidding.
15 minutes of fame. I don't even know what that is. Because
you've never heard that.
no, I've heard the term, but I just can't see that.
I think
is it something that we look for in life?
Well, the irony is like, I don't even know if I'm using the right word here, but like 20. This saying has been around for years, even before YouTube and social media.
Yeah.
So now more than ever, if you haven't found your 15 minutes of fame, then you're doing something. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I've been very fortunate in my life, and I see the whole world struggling. So I'd say my life is 15 minutes of fame. I mean, I'm very thankful for where I'm at. I'm sure we all have our challenges and need to move forward and all that. But I think I'm living it right now to answer that question. So.
I agree. I think I'm not even looking. You're saying like that. Not even fame is not even necessarily important. It's just you've already you're good. It's not even necessary. Yeah. So and I would.
That's well put. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
probably.
I would totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So thus ends the icebreaker stage, and now we dip into our toes into the arcane, and now we're into our tarot segment. And you pulled a card earlier,
Yes.
and it was actually a major arcana card, which basically, like the minor arcana cards are kind of day-to-day activities, but the major arcana cards are life events, very meaningful epochs, if you will, in one's life. And you selected the Wheel of Fortune, not the game show, but the tarot card.
Okay.
And it's funny, during our whole entire conversation, as you can see on the card, a circle, a wheel, if you will. And it basically this symbolizes kind of like the ebbs and flows of life, the ups and downs. So you're talking about wellness, you're talking about acquisitions of companies and then moving from one company to another. And that is the Wheel of Fortune. You can't like rest on your laurels. You have to embrace change, have impermanence, and moving on to the next, and try and stay into the present, because if you get stuck in the past, then that's where you don't move on to the next greatest and latest thing. And I think that card is very apropos based on what our conversation, thus far. And let me see. It also means, be open to other possibilities. I know you just got, to GTT and I want to do a couple deals with you first before, you always want to be open to change and to improve your life. And so, yeah.
I think that's pretty right on where I'm at. I mean, I'm always looking for a new direction. I'm not stuck in what I'm doing at any given moment in time, right? And saying this is what I'm going to do forever, right? I mean, you have to embrace change, like you said. and I think it's.
Or you're
it's
gonna get
Mhm.
you're gonna get knocked, and you're gonna be just another number and get. I don't know. I was gonna say I saw some news today about
Yeah.
there's a big acquisition of VMware, and then all of a sudden thousands of employees got let go today. So it's like, yeah, you gotta, you know, ebbs and flows.
Mhm.
Always be ready. Stay in the present, and then just keep, you know, helping others.
Yeah. I do believe in karma. I believe do good things come back to you.
Yeah.
And if you want fortune, you just have to focus on it. Like
Yeah.
it's happening already. You don't think about it as something in the future, right? You think about it as now, and only then will you get it.
The journey
The journey.
is not. It's not just. It's like this. All right. Enough innuendo and happenstance. Thank you for joining this episode of Edumate. Thank you, Claude. Much appreciated.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Talk soon.